the way we think about the AI trend at Artemis is there are effectively two waves of this. There's the first wave, which is the enablers. You're seeing that come through in the semiconductor companies like NVIDIA. There's a lot of spend going into those specific areas. But as that sort of, and again, power, getting the power, getting even the copper wires. You were talking about commodities earlier on. You've seen the copper price has come back short term, but it's up very strongly on a slightly longer term perspective. So that's the sort of bow wave of the first wave of investments. But as you siphon through over multiple years, you'll see the adopters, companies taking advantage of some of these technological improvements to create better outcomes. Very, very diversified set of companies to take advantage of some of the technology here. So it's sort of in two waves. First wave, get the stuff built, run the software, get the program, see what you can do. Second wave, how can we use this for our company, our business, to make things more efficient, more accurate as well?
And as you mentioned, so the first wave is semiconductors, and that takes us to commodities, and you mentioned copper. So where do you sit on commodities at this point then, given those transition metals have had such a strong run, coming down again now, but a strong run?
Yeah, I think, again, it's horses for courses. So you have to look at the specific demand-supply trends for each of the commodities. I think the one that has been called out would be copper. Long-term, the demand profile is pretty high, driven by utility spend, transmission spend. And that's not just from AI, remember. This is as you build a wind farm, an offshore wind farm, you need to plug that into the grid. There's a huge pent-up demand from that whole space on top of the AI trends. If you look at, I think the IEA was forecasting US power consumption to go up, by 1.5% a year for the next many years, having been pretty flat since the GFC. So these things are changing. You're seeing changes in trends. We like the dynamic for copper in terms of the supply-demand balance. You can see the demand for that coming from the corporate side as well, with BHP trying to get hold of Anglos. There's a lot going on in this space. So we think copper looks pretty well set.